Lots of people were shocked to see Elon Musk do a hand gesture that looked a lot like a Nazi salute at Trump's inauguration. Let's see what people here in Germany think of it.
No,
I'm just like freezing. I can't believe that that's really happening.
A lot of people have so much to talk about the new president of the United States, Donald Trump, and some of the craziness that happened during the inauguration. People are really, especially the Americans, have a lot to say about the new changes that is about to happen in America. And hey, beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video, we want to just quickly break down some of the craziness that happened during the inauguration of the President of the United States, Donald Trump, on the 20th of January 2025. There's a whole lot of madness of Mark Zuckerberg looking at Bezo's fiance's dress, like a lot of craziness of Donald Trump not putting his hands on the Bible while he take his vow and his pledge to the United States, and the Elon Musk famous nurses, which I'm not doing, okay? So we're going to see some of the things, craziness that happened in the inauguration, some of the changes that happened so far in the Americas since, or some of the changes that are going to happen, and then people's reaction. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this video, then we'll come back and talk more. But let me know, what are your most fears and concern about Donald Trump taking office as the new president of the United States? What are your reservations? What are you most excited about? Please go down and share your thought. So let's go check it out, and then we'll talk more.
This is everything that happened at Trump's inauguration. Before it even started, both pro and anti-Trump demonstrations kicked off in Washington, with one side even bringing a guillotine. All the guests started to arrive, which included the likes of Shou Chu, Joe Rogan, Tim Cook, Jeffrey Bezos, Obama without Michelle, the Paul brothers, Conor McGregor, Senator John Fetterman, who casually turns up in a hoodie and gym shorts in the middle of winter, and of course, Zuck, who got caught in 8K, 120 FPS. They said bro was looking at Silicon Valley. Oh, and while the inauguration in the United States was beginning, so too was the one in Nigeria. While waiting for the event to begin, Elon was either, I don't know, rebooting or sending out a tweet with his Neuralink. This was Melania's POV for the entire day. And when it was time for everyone to take their seats, Theo Von's collapsed. After which he said, J.D. Vance was sworn in as the vice president with his right hand up and his left hand on the Bible. And then when it was Donald Trump's turn, he only put his right hand up. So he either forgot or just didn't put his left hand on the Bible as is customary. And after, once it became official, Trump then gives his speech where he says a number of things like the golden age of America begins right now, that as of today, the official policy of the United States government is that there's only two genders, that America will plant their flag on Mars, that they will drill baby drill, take back the Panama Canal, push for a colorblind merit-based society, and rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Once the inauguration after party began, we got Mike Tyson on Jake Paul's shoulders, Elon Musk sending the internet into a frenzy after doing this. We got Trump dancing with a sword, Trump and Elon moving their body to music. Oh, and hyper-realistic footage of what Baron Trump looked like all day. Trump then went on to sign a huge number of executive orders, which I will go through in a part 2 in a couple of hours. These are just some of the major changes for America that Trump made official yesterday. He signed an executive order reinstating the death penalty for any illegal migrant who commits a capital crime and anyone convicted of murdering a law enforcement officer. He declared a national border emergency, halting all illegal entry immediately, which also paves the way for US troops to be sent to the southern border. He delayed the TikTok ban by 75 days. He ordered 2 name changes, the Gulf of America and Alaska's Mount Denali to Mount McKinley. He officially signed DOGE into existence, which is the new department led by Elon to cut government spending. He signed a mandate where all federal workers must work in the office, saying that over half of the 2 million federal employees either work regularly from home or are fully remote. He pardoned about 1,500 defendants charged in the January 6 attack on the US Capitol. He signed an order to restore freedom of speech in America and end government censorship. He reversed 78 Biden administration regulations, including pausing foreign aid, reversing the acceptance of gender identity, now only recognizing 2 genders, and the other is to do with the pandemic, and I can't even say it on here, otherwise the video will get censored. Go to my YouTube for that. He is removing America from the World Health Organization in 12 months, saying that they are ripping off the country and the United States will stop all financial contributions to their work. He withdrew America from the Paris Climate Agreement for the 2nd time, calling it an unfair, one-sided ripoff. And that was just part of a much broader effort to roll back climate climate policy, because he also declared a national energy state of emergency, promising to fill up oil reserves and drill baby drill, and also cut off climate-related funding, which was approved under the Biden administration. And all of that was day one. So the question is, does this excite or scare you?
Trump is officially our president as of today. The inauguration was today on Martin Luther King Day. And funny thing is, during the inauguration, Trump refused to put his hand on the Bible. There's never been a president that's refused to put their hand on the Bible. So to all his Christian supporters that support him because he's such a faithful Christian man, your faithful Christian man won't even put his hand on the Bible to be sworn in. Then, as the cherry on top, Elon Musk comes on and does I'm not even gonna do it. He does a Nazi salute on the presidential stage. So that's how we're coming into the next 4 years. Our president won't even put his hand on the Bible to be sworn in, and the person who he has to endorse him does a Nazi salute on stage. Who does Elon Musk even think he is? And in Germany, it's illegal to do that salute. This is not like new information. This is pretty much common sense. Everybody knows this. Elon Musk knew exactly what he was doing. And as a Christian, I am just speechless. Our president wouldn't even put his hand on the Bible. And after the TikTok ban, I don't know how this video will do. We know what's going on. So if you don't even see this, if you do see this, like and repost so more people can. But many people might not because of the new update. So here's the info I have.
One of my favorite lesser-known Martin Luther King Jr. quotes is, "True compassion is more than just flinging a coin to a beggar. It comes to see that an edifice which produces beggars needs restructuring." And it just feels more relevant than ever with Donald Trump's inauguration being today, since he has a cabinet full of billionaire advisors. And we all just saw a couple weeks ago, because of the United Healthcare CEO, how billionaires have had their thumbs on us and really held us from having any upward mobility in this country. That I hope people just remember this part of MLK's legacy, which says sometimes you just need to burn shit down and start over, rather than trying to put band-aid solutions over problems that are bigger than any one individual or any one handout. Like, sure, they brought TikTok back, but does that really do anything for us? Like, I just don't want people to get distracted by stuff like that and to actually pay attention to the fact that these billionaires are not setting up a system that will ever benefit us. And so we need to do something about it now while we still can.
There is no way that anybody's going to tell me that America is not a dystopian society. They just elected their first felon president. Billionaires are present and giving speeches in the inauguration of a president. Elon Musk was caught doing this twice. And everyone in the comment section are just saying, oh, he's giving his heart to America. No. Girl, even the Germans are concerned. TikTok is back, but every American creator is censored. The president admitted that they rigged the election in his favor. They haven't given Mr. the pen for 2 seconds. He passed the bill that there's only 2 genders in America. Federal workers who are working remotely have to now come in person to work. ICE trucks are now all the way in Seattle. And he's planning to stop citizenship by birth. The only thing that I have for Americans right now is Godspeed. The next 4 years, Godspeed to you guys.
A lot of people, I heard, say that they voted for Donald Trump because he was addressing the issues that concern them the most. Like the cost of living currently, the cost of gasoline and of groceries, milk and egg prices. And I have to hand it to him. After being sworn in today, in his first address as the newly appointed president, he addressed all those issues. He laid out a very detailed plan of how he was going to address the things that really impact Americans the most.
It will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only 2 genders, male and female.
Really? Is that how you're handling the hunger issues in America?
Just kidding. He attacked trans people. He was like, trans people don't exist. We're not going to do that anymore. There are only 2 genders, male and female. Trans people make up less than 2% of the population. And that's what he decided to focus on. So as this dude put it, Donald Trump's going to sign a piece of paper today declaring that the federal government defines me as a woman. Many Americans in this country will never even cross paths with a trans person, let alone that trans person affecting their life in any kind of negative way.
Exactly.
But that's what Donald Trump decided to focus on. Oh, and also, if you do actually still care about the price of eggs, egg prices are projected to rise by as much as 20% during Trump's first year in office, despite him claiming that he'll bring the prices down. So don't worry, you have that to look forward to. Also, real quick, if you're a Christian Trump supporter who thinks that he's the chosen one of God, Thomas Jefferson and Calvin Coolidge are the only two American presidents who were ever sworn in without placing their hand on a Bible. That is until today. Your chosen one took the oath, and despite the fact that Melania is literally standing in front of him holding two Bibles for him to put his hand on, he doesn't do it. Even Barack Hussein Obama, who you all claimed was a Muslim that wasn't born in America, put his hand on the Bibles. But not your chosen one, Donald Trump. So now might be a good time to reevaluate what makes someone Christ-like, what makes someone qualified to be called chosen of God. In the meantime, over the next 4 years, enjoy chicken eggs being marked up like they're caviar.
I just got back from Donald Trump's inauguration. Trump talked about threatening war with Panama, but he didn't say one word about health care. He announced a slew of executive actions that won't lower the price of eggs, won't make it any easier for you to buy a house, won't ease the panic that many families face each month when they try to pay their bills. And the billionaires paid millions to sit in the front row in front of Trump's own cabinet nominees. That pretty much tells you everything you need to know about who's going to be calling the shots. Look, I know that today feels like a gut punch, and it's going to get worse. It's ugly, it's painful, or it's not even surprising. Donald Trump is great at distracting us with chaos. Also, he can jam through terrible policies that will make hardworking people's lives worse and billionaires' lives better.
100%.
Us, we got to stay focused. We got to hold the line against every hateful thing that Donald Trump tries to do. We've got to stay in the fight. So to everyone who is afraid of what happens next, I share your fears. But remember this, we are not powerless. What we do matters. We are the people who are willing to fight for someone we don't know, someone who may look different from us, someone who may live far, far away. And when we fight, we can make a real difference. Stay in this.
I need you to stop right now, and I need you to watch this.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
The first step is they're going to tell you that what you saw, you didn't see. And if you saw it and you think you saw it, you actually saw something else. And actually, it should be interpreted differently. But really, it was just a joke or in the moment or all these different things. Eventually, they'll tell you it's AI. Eventually, they'll just bury the clip. They're open about it. We went through this last time. They're going to be open about it now. They spent 4 years denying that this is who they are. That is the richest man in the world. Whacked out on his mind, on God knows what, standing in front of tens of thousands of people, in front of hundreds of cameras from all these different news agencies around the world being live broadcast. And he knew that, and he still did that. He slapped his chest so hard, you could hear it. And now that man has an office inside the White House complex, and he's running a committee called Doge, which is just a joke of an acronym, because he's really there just to make sure that his investment does what he really wants. So congratulations to Vice President Trump today. I'm glad that our real president actually told us which party's truly in power today.
Okay.
I'm back at my house to finally talk about this, because everyone's saying it's a Roman salute, it's not that. But if you look up the history behind all these things, it's like, no, it is what he's doing on stage. Now, this is my opinion and all this stuff. And look, I'm still not quite sure where he's at. Did he mean to do this stuff? Did he not mean to do this stuff? He knew that there would be hundreds of cameras in this facility. He knew that people around the world would be seeing this stuff. And for him to do these things and then also back certain parties in Germany and in the UK that swing a certain way, it's not good. Now, you can make the argument this guy is probably either drunk or high off his mind and probably had no idea what he did on there. But he did it. And it was quick. And it is a statement. It is one of those statements which scare a lot of people right now. And I think that Elon Musk needs to get online and address what he did. Because
Really?
he did it. So. He did it. We're all stunned. And I'm sure coming up soon, they're going to say, oh, well, he meant this, he meant that. It was in the heat of the moment. He still did it. And this guy is going to be having a position in our government in Doge. Something that's actually already being sued. My friends in Europe, by the way, are freaking out, especially those in Germany. Like, and this guy is backing, obviously, the opposition in Germany. And they're like, oh, no, oh, no. But I want your honest opinion, folks. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Actually, tell me where you're watching the video from first, and then tell me what you think. If you're watching from the US or if you're watching from Europe, let me know what you think in the comment section below.
Who was that black man at Trump's inauguration that was quoting Martin Luther King and doing all this hooting and hollering like it was a Sunday morning at a Baptist church? Why was he doing all that at that man's inauguration? It was not the time or the place for that, especially considering the audience. They was looking at him like he was crazy. Who was that? I hope they let him in the house.
Fashion blogs are discussing the implications of inauguration outfits. This video of Mark Zuckerberg looking at this area of, I think this is Jeff Bezos' wife, but he's looking, and so there's a lot of discussion. Some people are like, he's like a red pill final bro, right? Some people are saying things like she's inappropriate, and then others are like, don't victim blame. Sexuality is a currency that particularly femme people can wield, right? By dressing how she is dressing, it's not an appropriate outfit for an inauguration. That's not what you wear to a government event, right? This critique is different than when we were talking about Megan Thee Stallion, because that was literally a campaign event, a promotion, where celebrity is I'm not saying that we can divorce celebrity from politics in America. I just don't think it's possible. But there's time and place. However, how she is presenting herself with the rise of conservatism and trophy wives in particular, she is using her sexuality as a currency to protect her class and her status in this world. She's choosing that to be a pick-me, and she is choosing that to be complicit in what is happening in the world right now, that her husband, who is one of the richest and therefore one of the most corrupt men in the world, is doing. She benefits from it. Where else do we see sexuality used as currency, as a form of power? With trans and queer people. Two of the most significant executive orders that Trump wants to sign are to punish trans people in federal prisons and to punish trans migrants in federal prisons. Those are the people who are going to suffer a lot from that. Trans and queer people, when we harness that form of sexuality as currency, that ends up being for mass liberation for the most part. I'll never forget that beauty is actually a form of resistance. And what this person's doing, man, that trashy outfit, that is not beauty.
You are not crazy. You know exactly what that was. Do not let anyone gaslight you. We all know exactly what that was. That was not an accident. Don't let anyone try to tell you that it was an accident. And it was most certainly not a Roman salute. That's what you're going to hear as the excuse for these two hand gestures that we saw from Elon Musk, that it was a Roman salute. No, I'm going to break it down for you. So the Roman salute is a raised arm salute that we used to do in the United States when we would pledge allegiance to our flag, okay? This is school children in the United States pledging allegiance to the flag of the United States of America doing the Roman salute. But historically, the Roman salute, like using the term Roman salute, is historically inaccurate. The term Roman salute literally comes from this specific French painting. As you can see, there are Roman soldiers in this photo and they're raising their arm in salute. Like, there's no historical data from ancient Rome that this was a salute that occurred or happened. It was, curated and created throughout history. But you'll see like the Roman salute in certain like movies that depict, like Gladiator, like those types of movies. You might see it depicted. But when it comes to this specific salute within like the United States, we saw it happen very often. A lot of people do not know this. This was happening regularly. In 1892, when the Pledge of Allegiance was created, there was a salute. The Bellamy salute was created by James B. Upham. It was like the palm out salute to the flag. It was a very commonly used salute when doing the Pledge of Allegiance for many, many years until the mid-1940s when Congress passed a law stating that this salute was too similar to the salute they were doing over in Germany. Yeah. Exactly. And they didn't want anyone to get confused. So that's when the Pledge of Allegiance became like the hand over the heart instead of the palm facing outward. In present day, the Roman salute or the Bellamy salute or the flag salute, any of those things that are very similar to the salute going on over in Germany back in the 40s, it is really only seen by very far circles and is excused as being like, you know, just a Roman salute that was very normal to do towards the flag back in the day. In present day, there are also far groups in Europe who engage in the Roman salute. All in all, we know exactly what that was. We all saw it perfectly clearly. There's no need to be gaslit, no need to question yourself. There is nothing to back up that the Roman salute is an understandable excuse for this, as the Roman salute does not even go back to times of ancient Rome. And I hope that the politicians over in Germany who are dealing with Elon Musk right now and the chaos he is wreaking upon their political system, I hope they see this, because in Germany, this gesture is going to be taken very differently than it is going to be taken here. Okay, this is unacceptable and unexcusable. There is no excuse for this. Do not let anyone convince you otherwise.
Lots of people were shocked to see Elon Musk do a hand gesture that looked a lot like a Nazi salute at Trump's inauguration. Let's see what people here in Germany think of it.
No,
I'm just like freezing. I can't believe that that's really happening. I can't imagine what it's gonna be like the next 4 years if this is just the beginning.
If he would be doing this in Germany, he would be arrested on the spot. I know some people might come with the excuse that he is autistic. And as someone who is autistic myself, this is not an excuse. I would never do this gesture.
We had this and we don't need this. And now we have to do some things that this won't escalate.
I don't really follow up on the internal things that's going on in the US, but let me say it like this, I'm not surprised.
America, really? You don't want that. Germany had it. Don't need to be repeated.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this conversation about the Donald Trump inauguration and some of the craziness that happened and a lot of the changes that is going on as per Donald Trump taking over as the president of the United States. So go down in the comment section, share your thoughts and your fears and worries and concern. Share it down in the comment section. But please, as always, be respectful. You're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thoughts. So for me personally, you guys know how I feel about Donald Trump, but I can see white men talking now and all that. And yeah, there are a lot of white men, white women that support Kamala Harris during the campaign. But this is where, like, the people that voted him in thinking that, oh, he's going to deal with other issues or he stands with more morals than, like the other man said, most of the laws that he put in place, there's nothing that benefits the ordinary man that walks on the street, and that really speaks a lot. And my heart really goes out, because at this point in time, I'm really scared for anybody in the United States, both the United States citizenship, immigration office, a whole lot of things. I'm really worried because we can clearly see that these people don't care about the common man, the common people in the United States and generally in the world, because the display of people that was present in that inauguration. The inauguration system is a very calculative, not just anybody can go, but the fact that the list of people that was listed were billionaires and millionaires, which I'm not saying that, yes, but look at all the top billionaires in the world were standing there. All people in tech are standing there. And for me, that is a huge red flag, because there's going to be a lot of censor, because if people that are pushing out information and communication out there are rubbing shoulders with the president or are in the president's cabin, you can imagine the type of information and propaganda that is going to be pushed out there, and how a lot of people are going to be censored. It's been noticed that since TikTok came back, there's a lot of censorship for the American content creators. Even some people's page are being taken down. Some people are being even flagged down because of the DMs they have. And it's really crazy and it's really sick to think that a point where those of us that are not in the United States see America as the stepping stone and people that helps to push out for freedom, people that speak up. And in fact, to see now in real time how they are trying to censor them and how they are trying to cage them, like, it's just, like, it's, for me, it's scary because, see, people hating that the Americans, they're going to, like, oh, Americans should leave the app. Oh, yes, the Americans should be censored. See, I believe strongly the Americans have a strong influence on the entire world. And whether we want to accept it or deny it, it is what it is. Especially to, I would say, the Black community in America, when they want to move for a cause, it's usually out of this world. And they know this thing and they're trying to control this thing. But my own prayer is that I just hope that the people of the American don't just sit back and let this happen. Which, saying that, yes, thinking back at it, is that it's not going to be easy, because the people that are going to spread the information, the people that can tap into your data, that knows who you are, that can read you, that can find you easily because of technology and the internet, are all with this presidency. And for me, that is like troublesome for me. Like, it bothers me. And for me, that's one of the things that bothers me more about this administration than anything else. And they're talking about Elon Musk doing that hand gesture. There's something I want to say. I don't know why now, after Elon Musk did that gesture, the Jewish people are not talking, because we talk about a lot about the Jewish people. I mean, I'm worried this version of taking that, but they will call, what's the other word? There's this word they call whenever you talk against the Jewish people. So, they even accused me for it. One time I did a video of that. Like, I can't even remember the word. Please, somebody remind me the word. I don't know. My brain is not picking it up. Why are they not coming hard for Elon Musk now? Because I remember, like, even when you say anything or have any conversation and the conversation does not stand with the Jewish people in Israel, the first thing, that's the first one. But this is clearly a man in front of millions of people on camera and in person doing that sign that caused the Holocaust, that got you people move, and nobody is giving him. Is it because he's Elon Musk, the richest man in the world? Because I just feel like that's a double standard. If a creator like me said some certain things about the Jewish people, about the Israel people, my content will be taken down. I'll be dragged. I'll be called. There's a word. I don't know. I can't remember the word. I can't remember the word now. But yeah, they'll call me that. But the richest man in the world did the sign of the movement of the group of people that caused to people the Holocaust, and yet nothing has been said. Interesting. I really like to really hear like their own take on this. Honestly, I really want to hear their own take on this. But yeah, then also the canceling citizenship by birth. For me, that is I don't know. This government is, for me, I feel like this administration is more of a business than being politics. We all know Donald Trump is a businessman. I don't know why even the Americans even trust him and voted for him to be president. This man is a businessman. He's going to make policy that benefits him and his business. And I'm not surprised about it. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a respectful way. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.